JOINSAYI says the onion business in the Republic of Congo is not what it used to be. She's struggling to take care of her 3 children on about $4 a day.
Can you imagine? I opened this pack of onions in the morning, and from 6 a.m. until now, I have not been able to sell them. Before, it was a booming business, but since COVID-19, it's no longer bringing in a profit.
The onions that are sold here are imported from Cameroon. There are 3 different kinds of garlic. This one's imported from the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. This one comes from Chad. And this one comes all the way from China. And it's the same story for more than 70% of the food that people eat here in Congo. It's imported, and that makes it relatively expensive. And since the COVID pandemic, more than 1/3 of the people living here in the capital, Brazzaville, have become food insecure.
President Denis Sassou Nguesso has asked supporters why Congo depends on food imports in election campaign rallies. It prompted a flurry of memes from social media users who say his policies, after nearly 40 years in power, are the reason why. This singer says your plan for society is fake and ineffective. But the economic problems aren't from a lack of revenue, which comes from oil exports worth billions of dollars each year. But that hasn't stopped Congo from nearly going bankrupt 3 times in the last 2 decades. ALPHONE DONGO says in this economic climate, his passion, financial journalism, doesn't pay. He also says it's not safe to publish critical views. That's why he runs a restaurant to get by. He told us most of the last bailout offered by the International Monetary Fund 2 years ago is held up because the governments failed to meet the criteria on transparency and corruption.
We refuse to be transparent as the IMF requires, so we can go and figure it out with the Chinese because we need cash right away. I would say Congo is not a victim, but Congo is the one playing a double game.
According to French prosecutors, more than $1 million of Congo's public money have been spent on suits and shirts in this shop in Paris. It's just one investigation among many corruption scandals that often involve the first family. The government spokesperson has been campaigning for President Sassou Nguesso ahead of Sunday's election. He's promising economic recovery.
It's not corruption, it's not bad choice. No, it's the decreasing of oil price.
China's growing investments here can't be missed on the streets of Brazzaville. Although this one isn't paying off, it's one of many stalled constructions here. In the hillside suburbs, people complain of a chronic lack of any investment for decades. Homes here were collapsing long before the oil prices, and many people wonder if an election will bring any change. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Brazzaville, Republic of Congo.